Go ahead, press box, Nate Ryan.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Clint, all week you talked about how this felt similar to 2007, and you were the guy to come up and say, hey, Superman's cape looks a little bit shorter this time around. It could be effectively argued that you called your shot in winning this race. What's it like to have that confidence and then back it up? And does it maybe give you a little bit of an edge because I'm sure your competitors picked up on it?
Well, I don't know. He was sitting next to me. I was just kind of teasing with him like we normally. That's me and Jimmy talk normal. You know, it just happened to be a microphone in front of me. That's when I get myself in trouble. But, you know, I mean, he's still the guy that everybody's chasing. He's won 4 of these things in a row. You'd be a fool not to think that he's going to be the one right down to the wire that you're going to be racing for this thing. But I'm telling you, this is as strong as since I've been in this sport, I think this is as strong a chase as ever. I think the cars, the competition, everything is so much closer than it's ever been. You don't have that dominant organization. You know, when Jimmy was winning 4 races in the chase, so was his teammates. They won the rest of them. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't like, you know, there was a multitude of cars winning races, you know, like myself. I mean, RCR, we didn't win a race last year. I mean, now we got 3 of us in it with a shot at the championship. Things are really, you know, shaking up to be an awesome chase race, and you know, I hope that there's at least somewhere from 3 to 6 cars going into Homestead with a legit shot at the championship. That's what this sport needs.
Let's come back downstairs. I'm going to ask if anyone has any questions for Shane. Any questions for Shane? We do have a couple left. Let's try to get those first so he can go out to teardown. Let's get Justin right here, please. Raise your hand there, Justin.
Justin St. Louis from Vermont Motorsports Magazine. Shane, how cool is this for you? Being at home.
Oh, it's definitely a big deal. You know, it means a lot to me. I've come here a lot of times and got to win a nationwide race with Kevin. Ran good here with Brendan in the Truck Series, but to win a race in Cup is, you know, my family's here and came to watch the first Cup race here when Rusty won and up in the stand. So it means a lot.
Other questions for Shane? Dwight, go ahead.
Dwight Driver, RaceStake.com. Shane, you know, it's said that when fans, you know, like an underdog, and here you guys, you're at the beginning of the year, the plan is to make the chase, and then the plan is obviously to move up in the chase, and you've done it. So what do you tell your team, and what do you tell your fans?
Well, just, you know, it's been a good deal. You know, we had goals going into this year, and one was to make the chase, and another was to win a race. So today's a good day. The last couple of weeks have been really good to us, and now we got to capitalize on our opportunity, and that's what you know that's as an underdog, that's what we're going to do, and we did it today, and I really feel like, why not us? You know, there's a lot of, you know, Jimmy Johnson is good, but he's won 4 in a row, and you know, the last 4 or 5 weeks we've been right there with him. He's not that much better than us, so you know, we can do it, and why not us?
Anything else for Shane? If not, I'll let him go. Dustin has one. Let's get that one, and then we'll go to Jenna. Go ahead.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Shane, when did you feel like you got through to Clint to save fuel? Because obviously there was all that talk going on the radio. Were you confident you were getting through? Because certainly at times the margin was he was closing in on Tony.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I usually don't talk that much on the radio, so I think he knew how important it was to save. And I usually don't say, but you know, I probably just give him his lap time, and the guy in front of him are 10-4, and so I said that about 100 times. I'm hoarse now, so it was just good. You know, it all worked out. You know, we went through some adversity, and I think at the end he knew how serious I was about the gas.
Okay, we're going to release Shane Wilson now. He can go out to inspection. Congratulations. Let's come back downstairs. Jenna, Mike Vega, and Lee. Go ahead, Jenna.
RC, can you talk a little bit about the 29s day? He really seemed to be dead in the water, and then all of a sudden he was top 5, just like that.
Well, you know, we had a really bad pit stop. He had a really good car in practice, and you know, top 5. Clint showed to be the dominant car in practice, and we felt he would run good, but we had bad pit stops and stuff, and I can't blame him for coming on there screaming. I screamed myself, but I was a little kinder than he was.
Let's go.
The only one that screams, see?
Let's go Mike, and then I think Lee, Dustin, David. Go ahead.
Richard, just to follow up on a question I asked Clint about, you know, where reflections on where the team was a year ago versus now, and do you feel like, you know, every penny that you spent to try and improve this team was well worth it?
Yeah, we were spending the money in 2009. We was doing a lot of the right things. We just kind of went down the wrong path. And Charlotte, World 600, I stood on a trailer and seen how we were chasing our tails and behind we were, and we were in a panic mode. And I came back Monday or Tuesday, had a meeting with everyone, and started making changes and told them, you have to build. It's just like building a house. Your foundation is the start of a good home, and the foundation for a race car is a good chassis. And we just started from there, and all of us worked together and changed some people, got Scott Miller in place, and Kent Day in our engineering, and Mike Dillon's doing a great job in the position he's in, and it was all a team effort. I'm just a spoke in that big wheel that turns.
Okay, let's go, Lee.
That'd be the hub, not really a spoke. I would call that the hub.
Let's go, Lee, Dustin, and David.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. For RC, Bowyer showed up in New York this weekend wearing plaid and blue jeans and cowboy boots, and kind of reminiscent of you and your old buddy. And Stuart looks at him and says, "What's up with the cowboy gear?" or something along those lines.
Call me a hillbilly.
Bowyer's kind of like the guy next door. He's the guy you want to go have a beer with. Isn't that what the NASCAR? The typical NASCAR fan, aren't we looking for a guy that we just want to have a beer with? A guy as likable as Clint?
Mike Dillon, it's funny you say that. He came over to me in Winter Circle a while ago, and he said, "This is the best thing for NASCAR. We need somebody like Clint Bowyer winning races, running for this championship, because Clint's, he came from the short tracks, the dirt tracks. He's worked his way. He's earned his way where he is today, and he's very fan friendly. The fans love him. It's what I think NASCAR needs, is a new type of hero. Blue jeans, plaid pants, whatever. It's good. Cowboy boots. I got mine on right now."
Let's go, Dustin, David, and Mark Garrow.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Clint, can you just talk about, I guess, the range of emotions you felt? I mean, obviously for dominating so much, and then maybe worrying about it slipping away, and I guess now in light of pressure, do you feel additional pressure now that you're here to save NASCAR, apparently, according to your boss?
No, I didn't mean it that way.
He, there's a lot of adversity that happens each and every week, and certainly when you have the dominant race car, the whole time everybody's looking to knock that off, and sometimes that's easy because he's out there and minding his own business and doesn't make adjustments to the car. You keep working on yours to be able to run him down. The caution comes out the end, sets you up in position to roll on by. Man, I tell you, that carburetor, I don't know what happened to the carburetor. Hadn't had that happen all weekend. It had to have a piece of dirt in it or something. It was just popping and cracking, carrying on, wouldn't take off. But actually, the longer we ran, the better it got, because it was, I didn't have so much throttle response up off the corner, wasn't spinning as bad. So it kind of worked in my favor after the first 15 laps or so. You hate racing guys as hard as you do at the first. My teammate, Jeff Burton, I'm sure he was, not very happy with me because I was racing very, very hard. But I needed that. I needed to stay in front of him, because about 4 or 5 laps, my car would just take off and you run whoever was leading back down. And then the fuel mileage thing at the end, just, that's very nerve-wracking. Anytime it doesn't matter what racetrack you're at, when you're trying to save fuel, run people down, keep people from passing you from behind, it's just, there's a lot going on. It's very busy, and nobody really knows exactly when you're going to run out.
How did you keep your head, or did you not?
I didn't. Ask Jenna.
You did much better.
You deserve that.
Let's go, David, Mark, and Jim Utter.
David Caravello, NASCAR.com. Clint, a two-parter. First of all, when you look back at 07, how much of your ability to stay in that championship hunt stems from the momentum you gained here with that one win? And can this one win here, keep you in it for a certain period of time?
Remind me a lot of 2007. That first win of the season. First win, that was our first win as a group, too, just like it was here. That confidence, the momentum, everybody, not just for me, the crew chief and all of his decisions, the go-over-the-wall guys, everybody's got a major pep in their step right now, and they're going to carry that through until next week. And if we can continue to ride that momentum wave through this chase, we can have a shot at it just like we did in 2007. Going into the last race, we were really the only team that had a shot at knocking off a Hendrick car, and I aim to do just that again.
New Hampshire's clearly your best track in the chase statistically. I mean, are there other chases in these last 9 that you look at and think, okay, we can win here, maybe we can win here?
Just like in 2000, I mean, look at my races last year. I mean, we were good enough to run, as bad as our cars were, we still, if we were in it, we would have finished 5th or 6th. And, these are good racetracks for us. Dover's, another one of my good ones. I've won twice in the Nationwide Series, but hadn't always got the finish. And that's the thing about our race team. If we can get the finish like we run during the race, we can win this championship.
Let's go Mark, Jim Utter, and Dwight.
Mark Garrell, PRN. Richard, it's been a while since RCR's won a championship. Is this the best chance that you've had since then? All 3 guys are in the chase. Clint wins. Kevin has a bad day and finishes 5th. Is this your best shot to get that 7th one?
Well, it's not just mine. It's RCR's. I think everybody's worked really hard, put themselves in a position, get the cars in the chase, and I think we're as prepared as we ever have been. I felt in 2001, we just missed the championship by a few points. In 2001, I felt we were as prepared as ever, and I think we're as prepared now as we've ever been.
Let's go Jim and then Dwight.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. Clint, to kind of follow up on Mark's question, you and Kevin and Jeff have all said that you thought this has been one of the best opportunities that RCR had at a championship, and it's been a long time since the organization's had one. But it's one thing to say that in the first 26 races, another one to put it into practice. How much does this getting a win, whether it was you or Kevin or Jeff, do for the organization, just in general, whatever happens in the future?
Hey, a win helps everybody. It didn't just help my team have confidence. It fueled the fire for my teammates. They know that I just won a race, and I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who you are or how good a teammate you are. When you see a teammate winning your equipment, it pisses you off, and you want to go out and perform at that level just like he did. It did, Jeff and I, when Kevin won, obviously, teamwork is key to success, but at the end of the day, that's fuel for the fires is for them, every bit as much as it is for me.
Go ahead, Dwight.
Dwight Drum, RaceStake.com. Clint, I think I interviewed you and Arca when Richard first put you in a car, and you were just as bad as confident, and you didn't sound much different than you sound right now. But how much has changed for you? What's changed the most for you since that time that he first picked you up?
It's nothing today. I tell you, that first ARCA race driving for Richard Childress, that was sheer excitement. And being in the chase, that's sheer excitement. Winning the first race of the chase, same exact thing. It's just been fun. RCR's like family. I know pretty much everybody there in the engine shop, and I'm there every week. Richard he gets on me all the time. He's like, "You been down to that engine shop?" I said, remember when you were there last week, I was there. And I might have been working on my dirt stuff, but I was down there. But, it's a very warm atmosphere. He's always had that at RCR. It's always been that way. That's how he treats his employees, and that's how the employees treat each other. I mean, all my, friends that I hang out with are RCR employees, whether they're my teammates or people in a shop. That's just what we do. You take your friends to the racetrack.
Okay, guys, congratulations. Richard, thanks. Clint, congratulations. Good luck at Dover. Congratulations, Clint.